Hello everyone. Today I'd like to share with you my wooden frame key album. I first would like to give a great big shout out to Steph Miller, who inspired me to do this. She had completed one of these frame albums utilizing a wood frame from Michaels. Hers was probably more rectangle, a little bit taller and wider. I really had a great time putting it together using the vellum and the acetate along with the Prima papers. Most of the flowers were Prima except for a couple of them that I put together myself using 3 layers, spraying them with water and drying them and scrunching them. I added beads and keys to embellish it, and also some Tim Holtz embellishments, kind of a flower, but I wanted to hang more keys off of it. The frames I purchased at Michaels, they were about 6 by 6, and when you add the pages to it, it kicks it out about 6 1/4 by 6 1/4, which is a pretty good square size since I like using the 6 by 6 paper pads. The frames were $2.49 a piece, and of course I used my Michaels coupon. At Christmas time they had much smaller ones in the leftover Christmas ornaments, and so at 50 cents a piece I certainly grabbed a bunch of those. Can't wait to make a mini. I may have to cut off a little bit of this edge here in order to make the book stand up, but that was a great find after Christmas. Okay, I've prepped the base frames with some gesso that I had added some beige acrylic paint to in order to put a coating on it. After I got done with that, it looked a little bit plain, so I added some blue streaks to it. So you can see a little bit of the blue on top of the beige. Once I got all of the embellishments stuck down and dried, I sprayed the frames on the front and back with the glitter dust. You can see that I used a whole bunch of keys. I think that's a bird, stamped all along the edges. For the rings, I just used simple jump rings that were antique brass in color. I added a few other things. I made a little tassel out of embroidery floss and a bead, and these beads are on a 3 Gypsies safety pin. I added, see if you can see it here, a little key hanging off of a beaded chain here, beaded piece here. And then a Tim Holtz embellishment here with a couple more keys hanging down, and then I just did a little stick pin with some beads here. For the closure, I just utilized the holes in the frame and then the Tim Holtz swivel latch. For the pages inside, I pretty much just followed Steph's instructions. I had trouble with the first page, so I ended up cutting off the vellum from it. But I ended up adding an extra flap and wanted to make the keys the focal point, so it worked out pretty good. I added crystal lacquer to some of the areas. This one's actually raised. You can just, I guess your camera will pick it up. And then I put some of the crystal lacquer here and on the bees. So I've got a little flap here, so you can journal here. And I think it'd look kind of neat if, when you journaled it, if you journaled in that direction. Try to change it up a little bit. Snuck in a little bookmark there. You can journal on it. I like the little squares that came with the paper. Prima does such a nice job of putting quite a bit of things to choose from to put in your projects. Next page is vellum. I had to make a tag for that. Just love this little bit of blue and black. Just slip something in, and here's a little journaling tag. This page has the acetate. You could even put something in there, a little picture there, and you could do your journaling here. Let's take an acetate page, journaling spot. This has crystal lacquer on the inside. There's another journaling tag. Do your journaling and have a picture back behind it. This next page was a lot of fun to do. The paper pad, 6x6 paper pad, had the little circles of items, and so I punched them out, edged them with the dark distress ink, and then I crystal lacquered them to make them shiny. And I kind of stacked them together and glued them. You can see some shine. Love the cute little butterfly there. Here's a little journaling spot. Here's another page with the acetate. I forgot to mention, this is a Tim Holtz die. Folded the paper in half and cut it. And I ended up modifying the edges a little bit in order to get this kind of a swirl thing. Little rose. Put a picture behind here. Put something into this little tuck spot. This is the page where you could put something underneath the acetate. Right here. Do some journaling if you wanted to, or another picture, another tuck spot. Here's the inside back. Lots of keys. And I like how it looked from the back side too. If you had a little picture in there, it just kind of would finish it. I would be tempted to use black and white pictures in something like this. Let's see how thick it is. And I don't think it would get much thicker once you put the pictures and the journaling in there. I think it would be still plenty of room with these large jump rings. Thanks for watching.